In this episode of the Dandy Funhouse, we're going to unpackage and taste test the iconic Stuckey's Pecan Log Roll, which I picked up from a roadside stand while driving through Alabama. You might be saying to yourself, what's the big deal about some candied nut roll from the side of the road? Well, this particular pecan log roll is from the brand new batch in the brand new packaging from the newly acquired factory from the brand new reorganization and revitalization efforts spearheaded by new CEO and granddaughter of W.S. Stuckey Senior himself, Stephanie Stuckey. We're going to discuss the inspiring rise and the tragic fall of this chain of roadside stops that became part of Americana folklore with their tasty treats and kitschy, tacky, crazy souvenirs that would make your grandma blush and run straight to the safety of Cracker Barrel's lobby. And of course, we're going to cover the underdog comeback fight currently being waged to bring this blast from the past back to its former glory. You feeling lucky, Stuckey? Let's step into the funhouse.
Where am I?
You just entered the Dandy Funhouse.
Hello and welcome to the Dandy Funhouse, the home of your favorite frivolities. I'm your host, Neil Dandy, and today we're going to talk Stuckey's. Stuckey's was and is a chain of roadside snack, convenience, and souvenir stores mainly found throughout the United States Midwest and South, with its headquarters located in Eastman, Georgia. Now, why would I say was and is? Well, mainly because a large number of Stuckey's locations you might have come across over the last decade or two have either been closed, abandoned, or if opened, fallen under horrible neglect and disrepair. But that's not the way it's always been. In fact, in its heyday, Stuckey's was that funky fun joint your family might have stopped at while tootling down the highway to Grandma's house after playing car games like Punch Buggy, I Spy, or the license plate game because no cell phones. Dad might have bought a toilet-shaped ashtray, your brother might have picked up a suction cup bow and arrow set and tried to shoot you with it between the aisles, and your sister might have gone gaga over a fairy disco roller skating doll while Mom was buying pecan divinity treats for everyone because that's what moms do. Talk to anyone over the age of about 40 or 50 and they're sure to have some fond memories of stopping at Stuckey's for a bite to eat, something wacky-tacky snacky, and gas to get them going way back in the day! It's the early 1930s in the farming and timber town of Eastman, Georgia. W.S. Sylvester Stuckey Senior is enjoying a bumper crop of pecans harvested from his family's orchard. He borrows $35 from his grandma to buy some of the harvest and sets up a lean-to roadside stand to sell pecans to Florida-bound tourists on Route 23 and makes a tidy profit in the process. Clever businessman that he is, he keeps the ball rolling, opening more stands along more routes while Ethel, his wife, whips up batches of treats like Pecan Divinity and, of course, the Stuckey's Pecan Log Roll. The first official Stuckey's store was built in 1937, which added a restaurant, novelty shop, gas pumps, and finally that trademark blue roof. Now, Stuckey's is no dummy. He's got FOMO figured out long before it becomes an acronym, fear of missing out. He knows customers will come if they think others are already there, so what does he do? He has employees bring their cars and park them out front, so they always look busy. Expansion continues until World War II and a brief decline due to sugar rationing. But after the war ends, Stuckey's restarts like a rocket, franchising and building a candy factory to supply their now over 350 locations. They also buy their own trucking and sign companies so they can stick their billboards right between the copper-toned kid with the pants-pulling pooch and see Ruby Falls. 1964, Stuckey's merges with Pet Incorporated, makers of evaporated milk and other foodstuffs. Under this new ownership and eventual takeover by a Chicago conglomerate, locations unfortunately dwindled to less than 75 before the Stuckey's brand is repurchased in 1985 and brought back into the family by W.S. Billy Stuckey Jr., who introduces Stuckey's Express, a store within a store, which is basically a stand of products placed inside various non-Stuckey's stores where they license space. A third-party contractor is brought in to run the candy plant, and this restructuring breathes new life into the company, bringing Stuckey's Express into 175 locations. Fast forward to the recession of 2009. Stuckey's gets hit hard by the economy, and the candy plant closes, although their goods continue to be manufactured by outside vendors. During this time, many of the legacy locations of Stuckey's had also slowly been falling into neglect, disrepair, and abandonment altogether. It's a bad decade to be a Stuckey. Until 2019. A spark of hope flickers when Stephanie Stuckey, W.S. Stuckey's granddaughter, sinks her life savings and repurchases the remnants of the family business. 10 months later, she partners with R.G. Lamar. Stephanie assumes the title of CEO, and R.G. becomes president. They acquire Front Porch Pecans, which brings fresh distribution channels and access to grocery stores. Stuckey's is on a roll once again, and momentum builds as they go barnstorming across the country, tearing up trade shows and working one-on-one with their independently owned locations to improve the looks and offerings of things while debranding stores that can't quite come up to snuff. Purchasing a pecan processing plant, try saying that 10 times fast. In February 2021, Stuckey's conducts a brand overhaul with a new look for their flagship products and brings production back in-house. At the time of this recording, there are 65 locations of Stuckey's remaining, along with an Eastman, Georgia distribution center, online shop at stuckeys.com where you can buy Stuckey's socks. I need these in my life. Hundreds of retailers and more being added almost daily. And this freshly redesigned boxed pecan log roll right here in my hand is just one of the results of this new effort. How about we open this baby up and give it a taste test? And here we have it, the world famous, see it says world famous right there, Stuckey's pecan log roll. I'm not really sure how intense this unboxing will be. You know, some of these places like to tighten their stuff down like Fort Knox. Hoping that's not the case here, but I've come prepared just in case it is. So let's see. Oh, good. Ooh, look. Nice branding. That is pretty. Good until April 19th, 2022. All right, and it is only the year 2025 right now, so I think we're good. So we're just kidding. It is January of 2022 here. We're gonna unbox this right here and pull out the star of the show. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The world famous Stuckey's pecan log roll. In cellophane, let's see. I wasn't sure what to expect as far as consistency. It's got a little give to it, but it's not totally squishy. It's about the consistency I thought it would be. I'm going to stop squeezing it here. We'll open it up here. Nice, no problems there. And there you have it. And we're going to taste test this thing, and I'm going to let you know what I think. And now for the moment of truth. Soft, but not too soft. We've got some fluff in there. The pecans around it. Real maple syrupy kind of taste going on with maybe a bit of brown sugar, and then all the nuts around it. This is good. This is real good. If you've never had a Stuckey's pecan log roll, I highly recommend it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I gotta tell you, I don't know how this could possibly be any better, and I didn't know what to expect because I've never had one. But I feel like it's a blatant commercial for it if I just give it a 10. So And I don't want to do that. I don't want it to be a blatant commercial, but dang, this is good. How about I just say, dang, this is good, and that's my rating. My rating on a scale of 1 to 10 is dang, this is good. And there you have it. The Story of Stuckey's, still being written, and the re-release of the legendary Pecan log roll. And I would like to give a personal thank you to Stuckey CEO Stephanie Stuckey, whom I messaged with a request that either she or someone from her team fact-check my information prior to production of this episode to ensure that we're shooting you the straight stuff here. She was extremely gracious and took time out of her barnstorming to personally fact-check us and provide more than a few much-needed corrections. And if you'd like to help keep us correct and support the production of future episodes of the Dandy Funhouse, you may do so via the patronage page at dandyfunhouse.com. Supporters gain access to exclusive bonus material, and super supporters will also gain access to bonus material. Plus, I'll mail you stuff from my house that Mrs. Dandy wants me to get rid of. Like puzzles, maybe. That's all for now. Be sure to roll your pecans back here soon for the next episode of the Dandy Funhouse, where everything is always fun and dandy. And in the immortal words of W.S. Stuckey Senior, you can sell anything if you hang it from the ceiling.